Greetings, friends! Our cross-country travels in a camper van that we got from Gearbox Adventure Rentals continues. And today we just met up with this really awesome lady named Jessie.
A few years ago, she was living in Chicago, working in high-rise buildings, writing contracts, and now she's milking cows and she never wants to go back.
I was in Chicago, I worked in corporate world. I did a lot of contracts, computer work, business suits, and when I moved back out here, I thought for the life of me I would never, ever stay working on a farm. And I am an all-time lifer now. I love it here. I don't ever want to leave. My girls are here.
That's awesome.
You still got the purple nails going there?
Yeah. So no one says that you can't be pretty while you work.
There you go, there you go.
So we headed over to see their chickens. Up in the back. And these chicken coops here, they are made from repurposed material. They raise about 450 to 500 egg layers to provide eggs for their Heritage Farm store, which we saw in a previous video. So what do you call this area with the chickens?
We call it the Taj Mahal.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah. So we built this years back, and they all have little houses, and we did an upgrade on their houses just recently.
After seeing the chickens, we next went to go see the heifers. Now, I'm not saying a bad word or anything using it in this context because they were heifers. They were female cattle that had yet to have babies, which are called heifers. And there were some that were pregnant, which are called bred heifers. And once a bred heifer gives birth to a baby calf, it's then called a cow.
Yes, you are correct. But this pen also had cows in it that were dried off, that were pregnant. They were staying in this one to make sure they get lots of good food and water throughout the rest of their pregnancy until they have their calf.
So they could make the babies.
That's right.
These are our dry cows.
Okay.
So these are anybody who is about 7 months pregnant. We kick them out here. They dry off for milk. And they get to just kind of be fat and lazy for a couple of months. So while they finish out their pregnancy.
Okay.
Hi, Mama. Hi, babies.
Take care of the mamas over here.
Yeah, so this is just, they come here, they get plenty of exercise. Their feed is down there, their water's here to make sure that they're walking and not just kind of lounging too much and getting too overweight. Hi, girls. They're like, wait, what's this little guy? He's tiny. So it's important for them to have their little bit of break so that they're healthy and they're happy and their baby can develop properly and move forward from there. So this is where these guys are. And then once they are old enough to breed, we move them into here too.
Okay.
So we take them about 14 or 15 months old and put them in here, and then they just stay here till they're ready, till they're due. And then we move them up. There's another pen we'll go see. And we'll move them up there.
The ones that you want to get pregnant, and then the ones that you're pregnant, do you give them any special regimen with Redmond products at all?
Yeah, so we have a nutritionist come out and we have them do a ration for us. And with our ration, we've got alfalfa in there. We've got organic alfalfa in that, and then we have a rolled barley that's in there as well, so that's a non-GMO product. And then we use Redmond conditioner and Redmond salt, Redmond garlic salt. We use the garlic salt because we do want to try to keep as many of the flies off them as possible. Hi, babies. So yes, we do use those products in there.
Okay.
We don't use much commercial stuff, if at all any. We really try to stay away from that. So we want just the best for our girls.
Their dairy operation is really neat. It's larger than like a small homestead, but yet smaller than a mega operation that's ran by a large corporation. But yet it's small enough that Jessie still knows all the different animals that they have there and their names. Like she would go through and say each of their names individually. Like,
this is Little Mama. Little Mama, she's the tiniest of the herd.
Oh. And
this is Olive, this 561 here. She's the other one my son named.
And
Stripey.
And
so that one's Journey. Her mom is Destiny.
And
This one is Mama Moo. Her name is Mama Moo Lorraine.
And not just the girls, she also knows the boys too.
Guido Beto over there. Buster Brown McFinnigan. And
I love how they all have names.
Gomez.
Gomez.
Yeah. And so this is our bull. His name is Ephraim. So he is a registered A2 Jersey bull. No, you be not naughty. You be not naughty. You be nice.
So we said bye to the heifers and the cows.
Moo!
You gonna wave bye to them? Say bye.
They answered back.
Move back to you. And we rode in the back of the truck with Neil, who is part of the original family that used to own Redmond Saw. And he told us about the new owner and how he got into raising dairy cows here on the farm.
Rhett, 15 plus years ago, went on kind of a health kick or a health adventure to find healthy food, and came home really convinced that raw milk from grass-fed cows was a superfood,
Yes.
a really good food. So he wanted it for his family, but Rhett's the kind of a guy that he didn't want it just for his family, he wanted it for everybody.
Yes.
And so the story goes, there was a guy in Aurora who had a cow, a family cow, and so the story is somewhat questionable. We're not sure if Rhett hired the guy and got his cow, or if Rhett bought the guy's cow and got the guy. But anyway, yeah, it started with one cow, and then two, and then it just grew from there. So that Rhett, so he, the people in the area could have raw milk.
Well,
But at that time, the law in Utah was you could not sell raw milk except on the farm,
yeah.
which meant that we couldn't really help many people because we're in a remote rural area. And so they wanted to get the law changed to where we could send the milk off the farm. And so they worked with the state legislature and got the law changed to where now raw milk can be sold in any farm-owned store. The farm has to own a store, but now raw milk can be sold in any store that a farm owns throughout the state.
That is fantastic.
So Redmond has 3 off-the-farm stores where the raw milk is sold.
That is
And in 15 years of doing it, we have never found a lactose intolerant person who can't drink this milk.
Whoa, that's pretty amazing right there.
Yeah, well, God designed a system.
He sure did.
All of the enzymes necessary for its digestion comes with the milk from the cow. But those enzymes are destroyed in the pasteurization process. So this milk, where it's from grass-fed cows, mostly Jersey Brown Swiss, all the enzymes necessary to help a person digest it come with the milk.
Yeah. It's been really neat, all the experiences that we're having out here for the first time. And one of the experiences that I had, and same, I'm almost 40 years old and hadn't had this experience before, is that of tumbleweed. I saw my first tumbleweed in person on this farm. My first tumbleweed experience. Wow. Pretty thorny. We definitely don't have these back home, do we? It just starts blowing, the wind.
Give it a little bump.
And off it rolls. It's like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, it's camera shy. You getting it to blow, Micah? I think he kicked it up. And another first experience that we had was Micah and Josiah. Well, just see here what they were doing.
You see that white pipe on the ground? Run straight right there. We'll see if they'll run with you.
Go, Josiah, you run too.
Come on back. That's cool.
And it was really cool to see Josiah and Micah running with the calves, and those were 8 to 12-month-old calves. But as we moved down the line, Jessie was showing us how they separated the calves into age groups and then how they fed them according to the age, and it was really interesting to learn.
This is kind of like our transition pens. So these ones start here. They start at 2 months. Again, they get the salt block. This is where we first start to introduce the selenium block to them. We also throw in, like, these ones here are just kind of like the reject rocks from down in the mine.
Okay.
We throw those in. It's just plain salt.
Okay.
They have free choice too. So here they get milk twice a day. They get calf grain, and then we have them on a bale and we introduce them to the selenium 90 in here. And then once they get a little bit older, so right about here, 4 to 6 months or so, we put them here. Then we take them down to milk once a day, and then they go from pure calf grain to calf grain and a little bit of barley.
Okay.
And then when they get into this one, they have no milk, the alfalfa, and then they get half calf grain and half barley. And then once they get to this one, they get all barley, no milk, alfalfa.
Okay.
And then once they're here and they get old enough, they go out into that big pen.
And for providing the milk, how do you give them milk?
We take it from the barn, from the moms.
From the barn, and then you have a feeder?
And then we have this little feeder. And so we just take it and it just pours in and they drink off of these. So we have to teach them how to drink off of these because they won't just drink off of it. So we have to teach them that.
What is that process like?
Sometimes it's not so bad. Sometimes it's really bad because you have to, as they're all drinking, maybe one will drink more than the others. So you have to like get inside there, hold this one off, let these two, you're trying to get them on. So you're like, come on baby, drink. And this one's like, I'm ready. You're trying to hold her up because her stomach's like this and these other ones are all sucked in. But they eventually, it usually takes 3 days, maybe a week, somewhere in between there to get them on and going. Just depends on how quick they are to catch on.
There you go again. He's enjoying that a little too much.
A normal commercial dairy, the average is 1.5 to 2 lactations is all I get.
Wow.
Compared to here on the Redmond
Here
farm.
we get, 5, 6, 7,
Wow.
8. As I said, this one's mom was 16.
Wow.
And we would have kept her if we could. We could have.
Wow. Now, what do you attribute to the difference there?
We really truly like tend to each and every cow. You know, we're smaller, so we can do that. Where people with 2,000 cows, you know, they know their cows, but they don't know them like we do as much. You know?
Well, you can't watch them as much if you have that many. Like you can't be hands-on, eyes-on all the time.
Right.
And you don't push them for maximum production.
We don't.
You're looking for herd health.
We're looking for herd health and quality of our product. So we don't push them to their max, you know, every day for years on end. You know, we want them to be happy, healthy. We want them to give us babies that we can provide and give happy, healthy. Then when, in the end, it works out for us too because now we can provide a quality product from a quality cow.
As it should be.
You got a friend there?
Yep.
So that's Lily, like Tiger Lily, because she's striped.
A little slower, a little slower.
About 2-3 weeks away from having their baby, we bring them up here so we can really monitor them.
Okay.
This way we watch, we can see if their bags are making up, if they're having trouble calving, that they're eating, that they're drinking, you know, everything that we need beforehand, before they have their baby. And then when they have their baby, they're right here close. We can watch for any milk fever or ketosis or anything like that too.
Okay.
So these guys get a mix. They get the garlic salt and the conditioner from Redmond with just alfalfa and a little bit of water. Our cows used to be covered in flies, absolutely covered. And now we use the garlic salt and they've got a third of the flies on them that used to be.
Wow.
And the reason that we think that there's a third on them is we think that those ones are immune because they mix the garlic salt right here, so you'll smell it all right here. But the fact that they have come that far and not had as many problems as we had before, Because when they have the flies on them, they don't lay down, they're stressed out, it causes them a lot of like, and now they can like ease and relax.
That seems beneficial in a lot of ways. You're getting less flies on them, which is causing them to be a lot less stressed, which is a lot healthier for their bodies overall, their immune systems.
You know how like when flies get on you, you're like, get here, right? Yeah. They do the same thing, you know, they bite or they have issues or whatever. And cows should be laying down 12, 14 hours a day. They should just kind of lay and let everything ruminate and all their energy disperse, right? Well, if they're not, if they're stressed and they're standing and they're swatting and they're moving, kicking, they're not getting any rest that they need. So that's really made a huge difference.
Kind of reminds me of the Bible verse talks about lying down in green pastures. There's a peace that comes with being able to lay down in your pasture. So, that's pretty interesting. Then after seeing those young calves, we got to see the little babies.
So these are our little babies. They start here. We take them about 8 to 12 hours after mom, unless it's in the like winter and it's snowy and real cold. We want to make sure that there are times where we'll take them. If it's too cold, we take them in the barn and let them dry off and be warm before we take them out here. So these three are just about to move up over here. So we're going to be doing that, I think, on Friday. So they'll move up because they're old enough. And then this one, we'll put her back and clean all this stuff out. But this one here, so her grandma is Mango, her mom is Papaya, and her name is Truffula. So we have the little lineage with them. This funny. One here was born on Valentine's Day, so her name is Valentine, of course.
They're so cute.
These two aren't named yet. In here, the reason we take them, this is a big question. Why do you take them away from mom? Well, one, we need the milk, right? But two is we take them here and we can watch them here. We can monitor them. Are they eating? Are they drinking? Are they getting scours? Are they getting the proper amount of milk? Because sometimes moms don't milk as much as they should. So we take them here. We can watch them. We can watch what they eat. We can watch what they drink. Make sure that they're not getting stepped on, because there's a lot of times where, like, if a cow's out there and you got a baby, she'll step right on her, break a leg or something, then we lose a calf. So we really want to keep these guys here, and then after the first couple months, they're usually doing well enough that we can kick them out and we don't have to worry so much about them. And then with these ones, we have milk, and then we introduce them to grain, and we introduce them to hay. We introduce them to hay right before they move out to this one.
What do you think about that there, Micah? Look at that little one. Little guy like you? Huh? That little one like you? Oh, look at there. Look at there. Yeah, so soft. So soft. Oh, yeah. Good time.
Oh, it's so good. No, wait.
That's so sweet.
I'll bet there's some back here.
You're so cute, aren't
They
you?
are cute.
You are cute. Yes, you are.
What do you think about that there, Micah? That little one.
Valentine, did you find a friend?
Is that one like you there this time? Oh man, what happened there?
A calf is what happened.
Did it pee on you?
No!
What is that, drool?
Yeah, it's slobbering. See, that's what happened. Suck on your shirt.
Oh, that's how it happened? Oh man.
Apparently it likes to taste.
You definitely have a friend there.
Yeah.
It was so interesting to see Josiah. He was all wet from all the slobber from the calf, just sucking on him, licking on him, whatever it was doing on him.
He was so slobbery.
Oh boy. Well, after that, after seeing the little babies, we headed up to the milking barn.
So this baby here, when she'll stay, this is my Mango.
Oh, that's your Mango.
This is my Mango. This is my sweet girl.
Oh.
She's my very favorite. Hi, little Mango, huh? Yeah. So Mango's here. Where's your daughter? Probably in the back. So Papaya's in here somewhere. So they just come in, quietly wait, patiently to be milked. It's not a huge, long process. Yeah, so most of them, they know, they come in. We come out here, come on girls, whistle at them, they walk in.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can't go without your hot pink, right?
Oh.
You love the pink too.
I've never seen a pink one.
You have your hot pink and then your yellow arms. You have to make sure that there's no spiders or bugs in them.
Take position off and everything.
So we just take a paper towel, and this is called active oxy. It's like basically hydrogen peroxide. They get really, really dirty. So we wipe them off, get all this big chunk stuff off, and then we dip them. Ah, I got a hole in this one. So we dip them like that, and then that'll sit on them for a little bit. We do the next one. So some of them, if you notice, they have bands on them. They have like different meanings. So this one, she was just a fresh cow. So that's just kind of letting us know like she just had a baby, so her udder's a little bit harder. Just, you know, kind of monitor that. Make sure that she does okay. Sphincter hole there. I don't know the actual word for it, but we want to pay close attention to that. Make sure there's nothing left in there. Because that one, if there is something, it'll go into the tank, of course, but then it will also sit in there and be flushed back and forth. So we want to make sure that that is not happening because we don't want any bacteria in there. This one here, her name is Chicken. It's basically an alcohol wipe.
Okay.
And we just make sure everything's all cleaned off of there. We want to make it, see how it's all nice clean, there's nothing underneath. So we want to make sure we've got that all taken care of. So we basically want it to be clean enough you can put your mouth right on there. So we just take our little milker. So this one, because she's so high, we wrap our milker up so it helps hold that
Man, that was fun seeing all that and meeting Jessie and seeing all that they do here on this dairy farm. One of the things that has impressed on me is how much Redmond Salt is more than just a salt company. It's pretty amazing all the different things that they do. Like the dairy, I've never even knew that before.
And it just came into existence because, you know, the owner wanted good milk for his family, and then, well, he wanted to provide it for his community too. So just
amazing.
learning that, you know, it's not about, you know, corporate profits. It's not about, you know, just pushing their product on people. They want their products to be clean. They want them to be healthy for everyone and available for everyone too.
Yep, super exciting. Well, we got more to see here during our time here at Redmond Salt because we're going to be using the cannon and blowing some stuff up and even seeing the salt mine.